indicates towards the lights now. The green light is approaching. There it is. Field is led away by Lewis Froud from pole position. Dylan Jakes trying to get up alongside him. They're going to go side by side, but Jakes it is who takes the lead around the outside of the first corner. And in that number 10 car gets away well in number 13. Plenty of side-by-side action, and there is contact down at hairpin 1. That is kart number 11 getting involved in that. Can't quite see who that is, but up at the front of the field, it is Dylan Jakes who leads quite comfortably, actually.
And Malden trying to go down the inside, so that gap is only going to grow if these two squabble. And it is Malden on the inside. They're still side by side. Now there's 3 cars abreast, as I think that's Darren Ashcroft going on the inside as well.
So Malden's had a cracking opening lap there. One of the admins of our Missed Apex iRacing series doing a great job. Now Dylan Jakes found himself with a massive gap up at the front of the field, and it is Lewis Froud, our pole sitter, who sits in second place. Then Darren Ashcroft, Richard Malden and Mathis Hackman, the top 5. And down towards the hairpin, the second place car there of Lewis Froud getting very wide, and that invites the third place car of Darren Ashcroft to get up alongside him, trying to go the long way round for second place. Still absolutely wheel to wheel, but Froud's just going to hang on to this one. Darren Ashcroft there, you can see with the red and white helmet, trying to get up the inside there into Simon Sweep.
That is brave if you go side by side there, and they're 3 abreast. Malden makes a lunge as well on Ashcroft. Ashcroft on the outside, Malden on the inside. 3 abreast there into the final corner. And Ashcroft is in third place. That is Lewis Froud still maintaining that second ahead of them. There's a gaggle of cars all together.
Yep, certainly are. So 4 for second place, and Ashcroft fancies a run up the inside this time into the first corner. I think he's made that work. He has indeed. He's pulled clear, and now is Froud here going to lose another spot here to the number 14 of Mathis Hackman. I think he is, because he's drawn alongside, managed to get up the inside, but he's got the wrong line into hairpin 2, and actually I think Malden is going to come out on top if he's not careful. Nope. So Ashcroft gets up ahead, and I think that's Hackman who managed to find his way through.
Malden has stuck his nose in though, so that looks like he's going to make a place. If he doesn't outdo the braking, which he doesn't, he's on the inside, but just lost a little bit of momentum, so he's going to get closed off there.
Meanwhile, Dylan Jakes pulling 3.8 seconds on this lot as they're squabbling. Darren Ashcroft may well now be able to set his sights on him now he's got clean air. And for third place, it is Mathis Hackman, Lewis Froud and Richard Malden still doing battle though as they head around the first corner, side by side indeed.
And that lap from Ashcroft was 0.4 of a second faster than Jakes in the lead. There's 5 minutes to go, so that could be enough to close up before the end of the race if he keeps at that pace.
Yeah, it certainly could. So that Malden's found himself on the inside, although loses. Does he? No, I think Froud managed to draw alongside. They're side by side coming towards the Simon Sweep again. It's Froud on the inside.
And he actually maintains that position.
Yeah, he does. So now, difficult to call because everyone's wearing those lime green rental helmets and the rental suit. So thanks to Darren Ashcroft for wearing his own one, who set the fastest lap of the race, by the way, at 53.4. Closes the arrears, but only by 1/10 of a second. So we will keep an eye on that battle for the last spot on the podium. Mathis Hackman, although 2 seconds clear of Malden, and Brian Ashdown, who managed to get involved in that and managed to get ahead of Lewis Froud as well.
And Dan Dunman has brought himself up onto the back of this pack as well. So it's now between 2 and 7. There's not a lot to choose between them.
Yeah, Dan Dunman getting up ahead of Froud there as well. So Froud unfortunately going backwards, having started on pole position for this C-Class heat.
And just to mention for our panellist, Antonia, she made a fantastic move there around the outside of Simon Sweeps. I've not seen something like that for quite a while. That's a very, very brave move from her to move up a place over David Story into 8th place.
So Dubman, Ashdown and Froud come across the line now. That looks to be the closest battle on track at the moment. And side by side, down towards hairpin 2, and that is Ashdown trying to get through there on the inside of Dan Dudman. Dan Dudman in the purple bib. Well, actually, is that Antonia Rankin who's joined the fight as well? It is!
It is. She's storming through the field here. She's making
that was
great
aggressive!
progress. Yeah, absolutely. That's the same sort of move she made last time around, and she is making great progress here. She's going to be knocking on the top 5 fairly soon.
Yeah, she certainly will. So what's that, 7th place she's got up to now? This is brilliant stuff for somebody who's been karting once in her life, she told me. So that's brilliant stuff. And she's even kicking out the back end of the kart through the high speed. That's brilliant stuff. And she's closing down on Lewis Froud for 6th place as well. So Antonia Rankin, the red bib there.
First every time in a kart.
That's not what she told me, but getting the back end out there. She was looking up the inside of Lewis Froud there into 6th place for hairpin 2. She doesn't let that disgruntle her though. She's still chasing. Speaking of panel members, I'm sort of honorary panel member for this one. There's a lot of admin work for us. Richard Moldens, that's the fastest lap of the race of 52, sits in 4th place. Oh, now this is closed up for 2nd place. Mathis Hackman is right on the back of Darren Oscroft. Down into turn 1 they go. A minute and a half remaining in this heat, and suddenly Darren Oscroft finds himself under big pressure for 2nd place because Hackman and Molden has come with him as well. So Molden in the 15 there in the back of this train set the fastest lap of the race, as I mentioned, and could well find himself on the C-Class podium here if he manages to dispatch one of these 2 drivers. So Oscroft, Hackman and Molden head towards you, Chris.
Oscroft taking a very defensive line there. I think he was defending fresh air though, Chris, because that lost a little bit of momentum, keeping this group of 3 very, very tight as they come round the final corner. No moves on just yet, but it is going to get very close into the last minute of the race, Chris.
Yep, so the last lap board has gone out to Dylan Jakes, who is nearly 4 seconds clear now. But for 2nd place, it is Hackman getting up the inside. Oscroft just managing to carry the momentum around the outside of the first corner. These guys not in the battle for the lead. That is Dylan Jakes, who is way up the road by 4 seconds. But can Darren Oscroft hang on to the 2nd place spot ahead of Mathis Hackman and Richard Molden? We have just a few corners remaining in this race, and Hackman is not giving up yet. Down towards the last couple of corners they go. Oscroft once again getting very defensive down into the bottom of the hill. It looked like Molden was trying to get up on the inside as well. We'll see how they emerge. But here comes Dylan Jakes to take the race victory in the C-Class final. Takes the checkered flag. And for 2nd place it was Darren Oscroft. He gets across the line, and Richard Molden takes the podium place away from Mathis Hackman.